right, hello everybody. Welcome to this Move Monday. We are getting toward the end of February. Typically February flies by. It is, of course, still Heart Health Month. It is still, we're still in the middle of Know Your Numbers campaign, and by now I've been, I've been at many more of the CTA locations. I've had a lot of more opportunities to meet more of you and to help get your numbers, to know your numbers and what that means. But again, thank you so much for joining today. Today, I do want to talk about exercise, something that you can do to not only improve your overall health, but to lose weight, but to also, of course, make our hearts, or keep our hearts healthy, or improve our hearts health even. So today I did want to talk about walking. Now I know walking is something that we do almost every day. Hopefully you do at least some walking every single day, but I did want to give you some tips in terms of ways that you can implement walking into your exercise routine. It's easy, it's low impact, and again, something that you can actually make even more exciting and more fun than you think. So again, thank you so much for joining in today. And here coming up, I'll be talking about different tips for walking for exercise and heart health. So there's some interesting information when it comes to walking. Walking is one of the best ways, as I just mentioned, to improve your heart health. It helps to lower your blood pressure. It helps to improve your stress levels. It helps to improve your cholesterol levels. And again, there are some stipulations as far as how much walking is recommended to get those health benefits. So first of all, it's recommended that the average person exercises for at least 150 minutes a week or more. So I know that sounds like a lot, but if you break that up, it's about 30 minutes a day for at least 5 days out of the week. So something that's a lot more manageable, getting out walking. And generally speaking, with walking, you do want to walk at a brisk pace, definitely somewhat of a faster pace than you'd walk when you're leisurely walking around the store or around your house or whatever you're doing. Walking at a brisk pace is important. When you're walking at a brisk pace, it does help. Obviously your heart rate's increasing, but that's when we start getting into the range where our bodies are starting to use fat as fuel. So the fat that we have stored throughout our bodies, when you're walking at a brisk pace, our body is using that as fuel more than any other fuel source. So you gotta make sure you're walking at a slightly more brisk pace than you would typically be walking when you're just, again, leisurely moving about. Now, another tip that I have to maybe make walking a little more interesting or a little more challenging, if you do implement walking as exercise into your weekly or daily routine, adding weights. Now, sometimes maybe you have a pair of small barbells, maybe you have those wrist weights or even the little ankle weights you can strap around the ankles. Even adding a slight amount of resistance will not only help to improve it'll increase your heart rate more, it'll help you to burn more fat, but also it'll help to strengthen your body a little bit more too. So there are a lot of health benefits to even adding a little bit of weight. A lot of times you can find those little wrist weights or ankle weights on Amazon or other websites. They're relatively inexpensive. So again, just another way to kind of add something into your walking routine to make it a little more challenging and interesting. So for this next tip, I did also briefly mention just a little bit ago that you should try to exercise for at least 30 minutes a day for at least 5 days out of the week. Maybe you won't be able to start off with 30 minutes, that's okay, just kind of working your way up. But again, one of the best ways you can improve your health, lose weight, and strengthen your heart, make your heart healthier, slowly progress in your walking distance and time. So the more distance you add, obviously the more calories you're gonna burn, the more your heart's gonna be working, the stronger your heart's gonna get, the more fat you eventually burn over that time. So again, slowly adding time little by little. If you get used to walking 20 minutes a day, that starts to feel normal, you start to get comfortable. Try to challenge yourself, add a little bit more distance or add a little more time or both. By doing that, you will be pushing your body a little bit further every time. And then once you get to a point, I know sometimes there are time constraints, but once you get to a point where you feel like you are challenging yourself, and then it starts to feel a little bit easier, continue to progress even more beyond that, you'll start to notice very noticeable health benefits from just simply increasing your time with that. All right, so for my last tip here, for walking, it technically is walking, but it is something that's somewhat different from our standard walking, and that's the biggest recommendation to add even more of a challenge is taking the stairs. So when you are, whenever you have an opportunity, if you're walking, maybe in your building or at work or or in a store, take the stairs if you're able to. Now, maybe not if you're going up 20 floors, or if you are, maybe you go up those 20 floors and you have a really good workout. But again, anytime you have the opportunity, take the stairs. It is technically still part of your walking exercise. It's gonna help build strength in your legs. It's gonna increase your heart rate. It's gonna strengthen your heart more, and you burn more calories too. So again, any opportunity you have, take the stairs. And again, you will see increased health benefits from that as well. So those are all my tips that I have for you today. Again, thank you again so much for everybody that I have had the chance to meet and get your numbers for the Know Your Health campaign. We still have a little bit more time left with this. Remember, we are going into the first few days of March. So if I haven't gotten to your location yet, be on the lookout. I will be there, and look on the calendar for when I'm there. So thank you all so much. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.